Welcome to Great Talk and Entertainment. I'm your host, KJ, and this is the podcast where we review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics and DC Comics and much more. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. Now, let's go, baby! Now, welcome back to Great Talk and Entertainment as we continue on for the new HBO Max series, Velma. This is a review for episode 9 and 10, and of course, this is a spoiler. So, if you have not seen this show, please pause this, leave a thumbs up because that's what help my channel grow and it will reach out to more people so I can have a bigger audience. But after you do that, watch the whole series, watch this episodes, come back, listen to my review, and then tell me guys what you guys think about the show, the whole series as itself. So, again, this is a spoiler, so you've been warned. Let's get into it. So the story continues as we learn that Velma's mom cannot remember. During episode 9, Velma does everything she can to help her mom remember, and she does everything to change the house like it was before. Velma's dad met his girlfriend and got her pregnant and other stuff. She would have Daphne pour whiskey all over the place, have the couch dirty, just things that how it was when Velma was growing up, just to help her mom kind of remember who's the killer, what was it, why she was like this. She even told her mom that her baby sister was actually her daughter, and tells her mom that Shaggy is the father, and which I thought was really funny because there was a scene where all of a sudden you just see like Shaggy just being noble about it, and then a couple minutes later you see a scene where Shaggy's just leaving and dips out, and I get the humor of it. It's a dark humor, but I get the joke of it, and I thought that was just a little funny about that. Velma's mom has a little bit of flashbacks, little by little to see some, but Velma tries everything she can to find out who's the killer. And then we find out that Velma and her mom are hypnotized, and this is the real reason why Velma was having those seeing the ghost, the demon having that thing, because whoever hypnotized Velma and Velma's mom did that to her to hide some other reason, which has to do with the switching brains into another body to stop teenagers and hippies, for what the main story of that was. So it's a lot of that going on. But then we learn that she confesses to the police that she was the killer. And now Velma is doing everything she can to try to prove to the cops, but even the cops won't want to hear Velma's side of the story because they're already determined and they're ready to close this case, as we learn in episode 10. Now, before all that, there was another story going on. So all three of those brains that are still alive and talking became popular again, and Daphne and Fred became no longer popular, and they had to pretend to date. Now, this led up to some drama between Daphne and Velma, because in episode 9, they decided, hey, we're going to continue and explore being girlfriend, but when we get to episode 9, we see that Velma sees them kissing and stuff, but the brains actually expose them. So they're not popular no more. But we find out that Fred's mom is behind the whole thing, and she's the one who wants to do the brain switch, and we find out that General they show back in the flashbacks was actually Fred's dad. And Fred's mother was doing all this, married him just to run her own business, and now her plan is to have Fred, her son's brain, replaced with a popular girl. And we find out that she decides to use Velma's, and they do this like old classic James Bond type villain thing, where like Velma and Other people are tied down to like a bed, but like a where the laser's gonna cut the brain open and they're gonna swap. But that's this little detail that I thought was funny, and this whole time you see little Easter eggs where you know Fred bought the white van because they had to auction all the stuff, and you see little things like the marijuana bags, you see like old clothes, some junk, but Fred bought the all white van, and he tried to draw that symbol, the symbol you see on the Scooby Doo mystery ring, and there's your little shots to the Scooby Doo franchise that they always poke fun of, but you see at the end after that, you see Velma goes nuts. So now she even framed. She thought at first that it was Shaggy's dad, which just hurts their Shaggy and Velma's relationship. Almost ruined it. But obviously, in this show, you see that Velma, Daphne, and Fred actually, and Shaggy as well. I forget. They all actually like each other, like have actually true feelings, like they all want to date one another, but it all surrounds Velma. Like Fred wants to be with Velma, Daphne wants to be with Velma, Shaggy wants to be with Velma, and when you see that with Shaggy, he comes down and obviously protects her when Fred's mom tries to shoot her, swings, hits the bullet, and then a giant rock falls on Fred's mom and kills her. And that was the most bloody, gruesome thing I ever seen in a Scooby Doo, whether it's just a parody or just any Scooby Doo in particular. That was so gory, like, and then it was like just crazy. I just blew my mind that they went that far, but that was the big punchline to the big joke to it through season 1 of Velma. So again, I really enjoyed this. I thought it was very funny. One thing I like to point out, Velma's dad, Almond, who is voiced by Russell Peters, in episode 9 and 10, I'll tell you what, it the divorce jokes, the cheating on your girlfriend joke, those jokes were funny. I don't know why, but they just had me laughing. Like just the way that voice actor Russell Peters, who did that, he just really killed it. And he's been killing it playing Velma's dad, Almond. And again, I really like this series. Again, it was this whole series to me was really funny. So I'm definitely giving it a solid 8. 1 out of 10. I'm giving the whole series an 8. These last 2 episodes, I'm also giving an 8 as well because again, it's dark humor and obviously this does not show for everybody, but if you're like I said, if you're into shows like Family Guy, Rick and Morty, South Park, American Dad, Family Guy, and so forth, the show's definitely up your alley. And if you like the dark comedy and just making fun, poking fun of like today and today's society, it is really a good show. I know a lot. It's been got a lot of hate and a lot of negative reviews, but I want to be the one that's a little bit different and say yes, I see the fault of it. Yes, I wish they had actual Scooby Doo. Yes, I wish that at some point I wish they did do the Scooby Doo mystery gang team up. And yes, I miss the classic elements that maybe we wanted to have, but again, I still like this show a lot. It was a great series. It's been rumored about HBO Max doing a renewal for season 2, but it's not really official yet that I heard. But I really do hope so. And I hope people just give it another chance on your free time and watch it again. Again, it was such a great show. And again, I still believe that Velma's mom is still the killer. I also think that Shaggy's dad is a killer too, but for a different reason. And I think there's a bigger plot to that because they kind of tease it in 9 and 10, but I think there's something bigger going on. And I bet if they did a season 2, I hope they probably will focus on that story. But again, I think Velma's mom is the actual killer, and I bet Shaggy's grandma is some way somehow in her brain, in the body of Velma's mom somehow. I bet you that's the plot twist of it, because they're doing the brain transfer. Maybe Shaggy's grandma found a way to put her whole soul and conscience and mind in the same exact brain as Velma's mom, and she doesn't realize it. It could be that, or she's in actually Shaggy's dad's brain. But that's what I think. If they ever do a season two, that would be my two theories that I think would happen. Because again, I still think that. So that's my review. Again, I really enjoyed this, and thank you guys so much for riding along these reviews with me and committing to the Velma series like I was. So again, thank you so much. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. Please subscribe, hit that notification button so you can always be updated with all my latest content. Thank you and peace.